So, as a African American.
Josh.
Yes.
You do not have to say African American. Just say black.
Oh, good.
Oh, well, in that case, you know what word I miss? Colored.
I want to start with the Black Lives Matter episode, Hope, just one of the great half hours of television this season. Talk to me about how that episode was conceived.
I was watching the Ferguson indictments. How do you have those conversations with your kids? And how do you, when you have those conversations, not let your own personal feelings dictate what their future is going to be, but at the same time, you have to have these conversations because it's things that they need to know. And so that's sort of, how it took off in the room.
Kenya had written a great script that was evenly yoked and balanced with the comedy. We had to have that levity there in order to sit in this one space, in this one room, and tell the story that we were going to tell. So, our writers had just come up with a great script with that balance there for us to do it. So it was seamless for us as actors on the stage to do it.
I think for us, the biggest thing that we've done is, that we want to do is really just start a conversation and really sort of avoiding what I believe is like the narrowing term of a black show. It's a show that's absolutely about a black family, but it's a comedy. It's a family comedy that we want to start conversations and make people laugh. And I think that the way that we've been successful in doing that, and hopefully we can continue being successful, is being true to those characters' real lives. The universality of our show, I think, is in the specificity. And I think, using that episode or, Hope or anything, I think that these issues aren't necessarily black issues, and our audience are seeing that they're issues of humanity. They're things that we all talk about, and I think that if you can find the humor in humanity, then that's how you sort of open up the best conversations.
The reason our show resonates with the audience the way that it does is because of its authenticity. Authenticity is what it's all about, and just being truthful in the stories that we're telling.
Where did Jack get an idea to say a word like that in the first place?
I also was a big fan of the N-word episode this season. Something I was curious about, the word was bleeped out throughout the episode. Were the actors actually saying the word?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of the other things the show does, too, is it can pull back the curtain, as a white guy on the staff. It was like, oh, wow, like to understand the different levels of relationship to that word, generational or background in the characters that we were writing was really cool. And I think we've done that in a few episodes. Some that Kenny's written, like last year with the nod, where like I didn't really know that was what that meant exactly. I'd seen it, but and then all of a sudden I think a lot of white viewers were like, oh, okay, I've seen that. That's what that means. That's what that's all about. And so that's part of it too, is sometimes it's relatability, but it's also by being specific, you can kind of pull back the curtain and people are interested in that.